Welcome to the Witch Doctor Starter Survival Guide for Diablo 3, patch 2.6.9 and season 21. What these videos even are mostly like discussion videos where we give you recommendations all the way from level 1 to leveling, all the process, all the way up to endgame recommendations on what you could even build into. These videos are heavily based off the Challenge Rift cache, but I do offer starter builds pretty much for everything, even if you have no items or anything like that. The timestamps and the builds will be in the description, but yes, everything is based off the Challenge Rift cache. It is a huge advantage every season. It gives you a nice little welcome care package. It looks like this. So if you save your Challenge Rift, then you can get your Challenge Rift cache on Friday when the season starts. As of right now, we still don't know when the season starts, but they typically reset on Mondays. So if you just stop doing them for the next 2 weeks until we can find out when the season starts, it might help you out tremendously. Just hold on to them until there's an active season and you should be good to go. The first thing we're going to do is spend our Bluddshards. We got 475 of those bad boys. We're going to roll them at level 1 right away just to get our mojo, the Gazing Demise. Now, once you get this, it buffs Spirit Barrage tremendously. There's even a rune you can get in the 30s that gives you infinite mana. Let me show you right here. Rush of Essence, whenever you spend your Spirit Barrage, you get mana back. So you could almost basically just hold it down indefinitely. You can see our mana bar starts to go down crazy, but then it starts to kind of taper off a little bit and normalize because we're getting all that spirit back, and it almost gets full again just by casting it the whole time. So you have no mana issues essentially when you're using Haunt and Spirit Barrage, which both spells are really good while leveling. And using this Gazing Demise, you can literally go to like T1 right away if you wanted. If you're on hardcore, obviously, maybe just bump it up a little bit and be safe still, right? If you get this right away, I'd probably just go for either Pox Falls or Leoric's Crown, as there's really no other good options while leveling. You could wait into the 30s and get your, I believe it's 31 for the Quizzicoatl for, you can roll Helms for Jade, because we're getting Jade as the starter set, but it's not needed. Basically, your whole goal is to get this Gazing Demise. And again, don't worry if you don't get it. I have a starter without it, but this is basically the strat. Get the Gazing Demise and you're good until you get whatever gear you want for the season. It's amazing. Again, because we have these materials from the Challenge Rift cache, we can upgrade all of our professions like the blacksmith to max level, and we have enough Death's Breath to do one upgrade. So you can literally level up your blacksmith to max. You can make a level 70 dagger, like a level 70 yellow dagger, and then go to the cube and use the Hope of Cain recipe. And you're gonna make a ceremonial knife dagger, by the way. Ceremonial knife is a big difference between a regular dagger, you can see, and a ceremonial dagger. And you're gonna upgrade, and hopefully you get something really good, like Vu's Juicer for Spirit Barrage, or the Barber, or Dagger of Darts. There's a lot of multipliers here. Sacred Harvester is really good for survivability. Hopefully you get a good one. If it's ancient, make sure to check the secondary, because it can actually roll with -40 reduced level requirement, and you can equip that bad boy at level 30. If any of them is ancient, then make sure to check it. You might even have some DBs left over to do a few rerolls. Once you get some Forgotten Souls, you can probably reroll it a little bit. So definitely check it. But even if it's like a bad one, like this, I don't even know, like let's say you get this one, right? This one might even be decent if you cube it, or right? So maybe you actually upgrade this first and see what you get, and then you can hold on to the Gazing Demise, right? Because you can't cube 2 weapon slots. So maybe before you cube anything, see what weapon you get, and make a decision after that. Yeah, so for leveling skills, you're just gonna spam Spirit Barrage and Haunt, and you probably have Zombie Dogs out, or the Gargantuans. Those are really good leveling skills. Haunt's amazing. I like to use Lingering Spirit a lot. Let me show you. Once it kills the target, it seeks out other targets for 10 seconds. So it's kind of, you get a lot of value for it. It just kind of constantly follows you around almost. Especially at the low level where you're not killing crazy fast, it's going to follow you around. Once you hit level 40, you're going to be looking to make an item with reduced level requirement. So remember, you can max out your blacksmith. So we're going to go over here and we're going to make a mace, because they have less affixes on them. It's easier to land what we're looking for. I'll probably do like let's do a two-handed mace. And they also, maces have really high scaling on your damage. We're gonna make 3 of them, and we're gonna look for crowd control on the secondary effect. So this has knockback, that's good. This has slow, this is good. And this has stun, this is also good, cool. I usually make like 3 or 4, and then I go over to the Miriam here, and then we go put it in there. And we're gonna remove the life after kill because you have to leave on the crowd control. And let's see what we get. Nothing. I usually roll them also 3 or 4 times. So 3 or 4 crafts, 3 or 4 rerolls. Even I did 2 right there. I might do 2 on this one. The gold cost is gonna kill you before anything else. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Okay, so far, no harm, no foul. Like we didn't get what we're looking for. But we have 1 more. And we also didn't spend too much either. So we're gonna remove the XP. If you do get life on hit, it removes it from the secondaries, and there's only a 1 in 3 chance. So the best one would be this one, if you were to invest all your gold, because it has life on hit and a crowd control secondary. And we got a 20. So at the very least, we can equip this 20 levels earlier at level 50. It's pretty cool. This is the strat, right? If you're holding the mojo, obviously, like if you're holding your Gazing Demise, then make a one-hander, a one-handed mace. It's totally cool. This is more like demonstration purposes only. There are all kinds of tips and tricks while leveling, and as you approach and hit 70. And I made this little quick cheat sheet to go over some of them, like farming Death's Breath, getting to T7 as soon as possible. So every time you kill an elite pack, there's almost like a guaranteed 90% chance you get DB. DBs are really good early on. You can do more upgrades, and get your items faster, get into those multipliers as soon as possible. Laud gem drops early, which is Legacy of Dreams, which is you get bonuses for not using sets. So you get this within the first few gem levels. We originally thought it was guaranteed on your second gem, but we did a lot of testing, and it actually can drop like up to 4. I think it just has a really high chance, like a 75% chance you'll get it, or 80 even. I think it's really high. We did a lot of testing on it on multiple characters and accounts every season, and yeah, it's actually doesn't always drop on the second gem like we originally believed so. But yeah, check all these damage rings and amulets. They become available early on, like at level 7 to 10. So I usually start looking for amulets after level 10 because it's just inefficient to always relog constantly. Like we're trying to be efficient, level, and do all that stuff. So yeah, lots of good stuff here. Now that you're 70, you want to focus on your season journey if you want the Jade set. The Jade set's really good. You get bonus damage when you're spamming Hunt, which you've already been doing while leveling anyway. And you have no problem clearing the GR20 with the 4-piece Jade set. And I'll have links again for everything in the description. Or you can just go full Gazing Demise. If you just have a yellow set and Gazing Demise, you actually obliterate the content. It's so powerful. The Manitou rune and the Spirit Barrage and all that stuff. It's just really, really good. So if you just want to go full Laud like we talked about, that's one reason why I emphasized on it this video, because you can go straight into a Laud start and and just bypass everything. And I'll show you the Gazing Demise start and the Jade start like real quick. Let's equip the 2-piece Jade. The Jade looks like this. This is the 4-piece for the GR20 clear. I'm going to remove all my top level gems and just put on baseline gems, but unfortunately the armory puts them in there every single time, so we have to do that. I really like Brrandon, and all 3 builds basically use Brrandon. So we're going to Severance, and we're going to keep up our buffs with Soul Harvest. Horrify is going to give us armor. Group them up with Brrandon. And yeah, we're basically spamming Haunt from here. So you can see Haunt is killing and then looking for more targets. It really shines on an elite pack. Kind of like how Shadow did. Shadow looked okay, and then once you had an elite, it really took off. Let's look for an elite somewhere. I don't want to die. Spirit Walk. There we go. And again, this is with nothing. This is just if you had, so the elite's already dead. We didn't even really see him. So I'd probably hunt for elites mostly, but you can't kill density. It just makes it a little bit easier. We find one more elite for the video. I mean, the good thing about Severance is it allows you to move around pretty well. And then we have Creeping Death, and then so our Haunt and Brrandon are lasting forever. Here we go. Oh, is it Juggernaut too? Let's hit him with that haunt. It's a good test. And he's dead. All right. Boom, boom, boom. And then when you get your 6-piece, you get your 50% damage reduction, which is nice. This is like super bare minimum too. You know, like you're gonna have stuff. You're gonna have legendary gems. You're gonna have other multipliers. This is just I do bare minimum testing. That way, I know you guys can't fail, basically, right? So this is the Gazing Demise with the same thing. All yellow gear, nothing else. You just kind of basically Piranha. You can, I like to throw one haunt per pack, and you just hold down Spirit Barrage. And this one, you can actually kill Density, and you can Spirit Walk while holding down. You can Spirit Walk while holding down Spirit Barrage. So you can sit there and just DPS and continue everything. So here's an elite pack. Let's group them up if we can, and hold down Spirit Barrage. Spirit Walking to to avoid some damage. Jade's a little squishy because we don't have anything. So if you happen to get Lakumbas or something, that's pretty cool. So you can see if you go Laud, you even get more damage. This is without Laud too, by the way. This is just the yellow set, right? So really good start either way. If you're playing Witch Doctor this season, I'll put them all in the description. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty good. So for Gazing Demise, you would build into Laud and get other legendaries to fill it out and level your legendary gems. And you would play it like a Laud Manitou or something like that until you get the Mundanugu set or something. Like you would just stick with Laud and keep building on all the pieces to get more power, level up your gems. If you go 6-piece Jade start, you'd play it like a traditional Jade build. And again, we have builds on the website for everything. If you guys don't know, you just go to bloodshed.com on my website, and you would scroll down all the way at the bottom for Witch Doctor. And you know, we could have a Jade push build. This is like the tier list, the ongoing tier list. So this would be like a Jade push build. And then we have off meta push builds, Torment speed builds. So you would say for Torments, I could play Jade. For GRs, you can play Spirit Barrage. I'm also going to probably add a Jade GR speed build also, but you can also use like the Torment build and use it, you know, you can modify it a little bit. And then, or you can use the bounty build. I'm going to add the GR build, sorry. But yeah, they have bounty builds also. So you go to Jade, and it's like a chicken speed build for Jade. It's really good. So yeah, check the website, and you can see all the different builds we have. So, you know, you won't be lost. It'll all be there for you. When you have the 6-piece Jade, it takes all your dots and consumes them when you use Soul Harvest. So we're still spamming Haunt and Piranha, but we're gonna add Locust Swarm to the mix. And you're using Soul Harvest to trigger that. So it's like dot, 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 right? And then you use Soul Harvest to trigger it. You'd be like casting Haunt, Piranha, Locust Swarm. So they have all these dots on it, and then you pop them with Soul Harvest. And that's basically the only difference when you get the 6-piece. So what can you do with Witch Doctor this season? Well, Witch Doctor is like second place in terms of wave clear. So you can actually kill hordes of enemies for group play, speed runs. Witch Doctors were doing like 150s. Even after the nerf, they nerfed the Mundanugu set severely, but it's still like one of the best builds in the game. And I don't even say that to make it sound better than it is. It's like a top 5 build probably next season. The Mundanugu set's really good. You lost Enforcer, but instead of Enforcer, we're using like Zays, and instead of the pet item, we're using Frosties. So it's still really good. So you have a wave clear potential, at least backup. You know, you could probably get some low level speeds and stuff like that. You can definitely wave clear, especially if you can't find any melee mancer, necromancers. The Mundanugu set allows you to speed farm like hundreds up to like 109s. Really powerful build. Bounties are a breeze. Torments are a breeze. It's really good overall. Then you still have Dagger at Darts, and then you can check the website like we show like for off meta builds. Witch Doctor's in a good spot, and if you didn't get a chance to play it last season, now would be a good time still, because it's still one of the best builds in the entire game, and it'll get you to your goals. You should be able to do like whatever your goals are, right? A 110 to 120 relatively easy because of how powerful it is. You can see even with the Spirit Barrage item, we were able to do like GR, like early GRs that we normally need like multipliers for. Like just using the Gazing Demise, we can get through the whole game essentially. Anyway, thank you guys for the patrons. Yesterday was my birthday. I had so many awesome birthday wishes from everybody. I really appreciate that. Thanks for all the likes on the videos, all the patrons, the subs, pretty much everyone that's always supported me. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna keep these videos pumping. You'll see a steady flow of Diablo content, and also doing a playthrough of Path of Exile. You'll see that trickling in between the video days, maybe for a while. Thanks for watching. This is the Bluddshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.